Hello students, today our lesson is Jakes and the Lady. Okay, so this is our lesson, Jakes and the Lady. Before I proceed with this lesson, I would like to ask you that have you ever thought how can we give animals the best life? What does an animal need to be happy? And have you ever thought that how animals think, act, and feel? We should try to give animals the best and happiest life on their terms, not ours. We should try to identify that what causes animals physical pain. And in fact, actually, animals makes us human. So this lesson, Jakes and the Lady, this is an edited extract taken from a very famous novel, that is Black Beauty. Black Beauty is an autobiography of a horse named Black Beauty. So Black Beauty is a name of a horse. In this lesson, the horse, that is Black Beauty, tells us how he was treated with kindness and love when he was young, and how different owners treated her when he grew up. Some were kind and caring, and some were unkind and careless, which led to his illness and injury. So now let's discuss the chapter. Now read this autobiography of a horse named Black Beauty. Black Beauty tells us how he was treated with kindness and love when he was young, and how different owners treated him when he grew up. Some were kind and caring, but others were careless or unkind, which led to his illness and injury. My master Jerry was a good man, but circumstances forced him to sell me. He sold me to a corn dealer he knew, with whom I would have good food and fair work. My new master was kind, but his workers were not, especially his foreman. My carter Jakes was sensible, but the foreman overruled him, and so I often had to pull a heavier load than I should. So here in the first para, the horse is sharing his feeling. The name of the horse is Black Beauty. The horse is telling that his master, his previous master name was Jerry, and his master was a good man, but his master was forced to sell him. Okay, due to some odd circumstances, his master Jerry was forced to sell him. And now this Black Beauty, the horse, was sold to a corn dealer. And with this new master, that is the corn dealer, the horse could have the good food and fair work. His new master was kind, but what was the problem? That the master's workers were not kind, especially the foreman. The meaning of foreman is supervisor. My carter Jakes. What is the meaning of carter? The meaning of the carter is someone whose job is to drive a cart. You can see he is Jake, and this is the horse whose name is Black Beauty. So carter means the person whose job is to drive the cart. So the horse is telling that his carter name was Jake, and Jake was sensible. But what was the problem? That the supervisor, that is the foreman, overruled Jake, and so the horse, that is Black Beauty, had to pull heavier load than the horse could. One day I was loaded more than usual. The road was steep hill. I pulled with all my strength, but it was impossible to go on. What was worse, Jakes always put the check rein on, which prevented me from pulling easily. I got tired soon and had to stop several times. Jakes got angry and whipped me. Oh, how it hurts! It hurt more because I knew I was doing my best. For the third time, he was flogging me cruelly when a friendly looking lady stepped quickly up to him and said in a sweet earnest. So one day what happened? The cart was loaded, and it was loaded more than usual, and the road was steep uphill. The meaning of steep uphill is the road was sharply angled, vertical, you can say, and the horse was trying all its best to pull the cart using all his strength. But the horse was finding it impossible to pull the cart because the load was very heavy. And Jake, that is the carter, what the carter was doing, the carter was continuously whipping the horse. Now what is the meaning of this whipping? Whipping means beaten with whip. And what is whip? Whip, you can say, strip of leather, lash, okay. So Jake was very angry because the horse was not able to pull the cart, and so Jake got angry and he whipped the horse several times. Now the horse was tied with a check rein. What is the meaning of this check rein? Check rein means a rein meant to keep a horse head in a particular position. It prevents the animal from breathing properly, looking from sideways, side to side, and pulling loads properly. I will show you in the picture. See, this is the check rein. Okay, this is the check rein, a rein meant to keep a horse head in a particular position, and it prevents the animal from breathing properly, and the horse is not able to look from side to side and pulling the loads properly. So the Jake always, what he did, he put on the check reins on the horse, and this check rein was creating problem for the horse, and the horse was not able to pull the cart. Suddenly what happened? For the third time, he was flogging me. Meaning of flogging is a beating, slashing, or you can say a punishment in which the victim is hit repeatedly with a stick. So Jake continuously, he was beating the horse cruelly. Suddenly what happened? A friendly looking lady stepped quickly up to him and said in a sweet earnest. The meaning of earnest is in a polite manner, sincere manner, you can say heartfelt manner. So this lady, she came and she was watching the situation, and she came to the horse and to Jake, and then see what the lady has to say. Earnest voice. Oh, please, do not whip your good horse anymore. I am sure he is doing all he can. And the road is very steep. I am sure he is doing his best. So the lady was concerned about the horse, and the lady said that please do not whip your good horse. What I can see that your horse is trying his level best, but the load is very heavy and the road is very steep, and the horse is trying to do his best. Then he must do more than his best. That's all I know, ma'am, said Jake. Jake replied that, okay, if the horse is doing his best, I wanted him to do more than this. This is all what I know. But is it not a heavy load? She said. Yes, too heavy, he said. But that's not my fault. The foreman came just as we were starting and doubled the weight to save him trouble. I must get on with it as well as I can. So what happened? The lady asked Jake that don't you think that the load is very heavy? Jake agreed that yes, I know the load is very heavy, but Jake admitted that this is not my fault because the supervisor overloaded the cart and he loaded the cart with double weight just to save trouble. Okay, so the Jake said that I cannot do anything. He was raising the whip again when the lady said, "Pray stop. I think I can help you if you will let me." So again, Jake was ready to beat the horse with the whip, but the lady stopped Jake and requested Jake that please don't do this. I think that I can help you. If you allow me to help, I will definitely help you. The man laughed. "You see," she said, "you do not give him a fair chance. He cannot use all his power with his head held back like that with the check rein. If you would take it off, I am sure he would do better. Do try it," she said persuasively. "I should be very glad if you would." So now the lady was concerned about the horse, and the lady suggested Jake, the carter, that the horse is not able to use all his power. So you should identify that why the horse is not able to use all his power. And it was because of the check rein. Check rein, I told you, this was the check rein that Jake had tied on the horse. This is the check rein, and the lady pointed out that because of this check rein, the horse is not able to use all his power. If you will take off those check reins, the horse will be able to perform better. And she said this persuasively. The meaning of persuasively is in a convincing way. And the lady said that I would be happy if you try this. "Well, well," said Jakes with a short laugh. "Anything to please a lady. Of course. How far would you wish it down, ma'am?" So Jake, he agreed to the lady and he said that okay, anything I can do to please you. And now Jake is asking the lady that how far I should move it down. "Quite down. Leave his head free." The check rein was taken off, and in a moment I put my head down to my very knees. What a comfort it was. Then I tossed it up and down several times to get the aching stiffness out of my neck. So the lady told that you please take off those check rein, and as soon as the check reins were removed, the horse was relieved. Okay, and what the horse did, the horse started shaking his head up and down. Then I tossed it up. The meaning of tossed is throw something lightly or casually. And the horse was relieved from his aching stiffness. Aching means suffering from continuous pain. Because of the check rein, the horse was suffering from a continuous pain. And his continuous pain, and now when the check reins were removed, the horse was very relaxed. "Poor fellow, that is what you wanted," said she, patting and stroking me with her gentle hand. "And now if you will speak kindly to him and lead him on, I believe he will be able to do better." So the lady, what the lady did, the lady patted the horse, okay, touching the horse very softly, you can say. Meaning of patting is the lady patted the horse gently, okay. And the lady instructed Jake that if you speak politely to the horse, I think that your horse will perform better and do better. Jake took the rein. "Come on, Blackie." I put down my head and pulled. I spared no strength. The load moved on. I pulled it steadily up the hill and then stopped to take a breath. So now the horse was able to pull that heavy cart very easily, and the horse tried its level best, and the horse used all its strength. And then the horse was finally able to pull the cart, and after pulling the cart, the horse stopped to take a breath. The lady had walked along the footpath and now came across into the road. Into the, just a minute, into the road. She stroked and patted my neck gently. You can see in the picture. The lady was kind to the horse. The lady was concerned about the horse. She was continuously stroking and patting his neck gently because the lady was aware that the horse is in pain and the horse is not in the comfortable position. That's why the horse was not able to pull this heavy cart. You see, he was quite willing when you gave him the chance. I am sure he is a fine-tempered creature, and I dare say has known better days. So now the lady told Jake that, see, your horse is a good one and your horse was willing to perform his work. Now when you have given your horse a fair chance by taking off the check rein, see, your horse is performing so well. You won't put that rein on again, will you? For he was just going to hitch it up again. So the lady asked Jake that now please don't put that check rein again. Because the lady was concerned that again what he will do, Jake will again put on those check rein. Well, ma'am, I cannot deny that having his head free has helped him up the hill, and I will remember it another time. And thank you, ma'am. But if he went without a check rein, I should be the laughing stock of all the carters. It is the fashion, you see. So now the Jake accepted that yes, ma'am, after we have taken off the check rein, I could see that it really helped and the horse was able to pull that heavy cart. But see, if I will take off these check rein, the other carter will laugh at me because it is now in fashion putting on the check rein, so I cannot remove it. Is it not better, she said, to lead a good fashion than to follow a bad one? Many gentlemen do not use check reins now. Our carriage horses have not worn them for 15 years. So the lady again told Jake that, see, it is better to follow a good fashion than the bad one. And nowadays many gentlemen, they don't use the check reins now. And the lady gave her example that our carriage horse have not worn the check rein for 15 years and they work with much less fatigue. The meaning of fatigue is tiredness than those who have them. Besides, she added in a very serious voice, we have no right to distress any of the God creatures without a very good reason. So the lady told Jake that, see, we don't have the right to distress. The meaning of distress here is torture any of the God creature without any good reason. We need to take care of the animals. We need to identify the problems. We need to take care of their pain. We call them dumb animals, and so they are, for they cannot tell us how they feel. But they do not suffer less because they have no words. And the lady also tried to convince Jake that, see, the animals, they don't have words and they are dumb, but this doesn't mean that they don't suffer or they don't feel the pain. They are not able to express their pain. We have to identify their pain. We have to take care of them. But I must not detain you now. I thank you for trying my plan with your good horse, and I am sure you will find it far better than the whip. Good day, and with another soft pat on my neck, she stepped lightly across the path. I saw her no more. So the lady told Jake that I am very happy that you tried my plan with your good horse and you are also satisfied, and yeah, I think that in future also, if you try my idea, that will be better than the whip or the lash. And the lady wished the Jake goodbye, wished the Black Beauty, the horse, goodbye, and again she patted on his neck, and she left. The horse and Jake never saw the lady again. So this was all about the lesson, students. At the end of the lesson, you can see that all the difficult words are given and their meanings are also given. So you need to note down this in your copy. And in our next video, we are going to discuss question and answer. Thanks for watching.